rays are convergent. In case if the object rays are incident on the mirror like this, after reflection image rays are divergent. These are image rays, object rays. Okay. These image rays are divergent, they do not meet but appear to be coming from this point. This image we call it as virtual image. These are the basic terms we use in optics, geometrical optics. Before we go for reflection phenomena, first we reviewed them. In this now we have come across what is meant by source of light, what is meant by medium, what is meant by real object, real image, virtual image. Now next we go for reflection by a plane mirror, reflection of light by a plane mirror. Reflection of light rays by a plane mirror. Okay. Now let us consider a plane mirror. We represent plane mirror by like this plane, a straight line with shaded region. This is called painted region, this is called polished region. This is from where we can observe the mirror. Now let a point object be here. How to construct the image produced by this point object? Point object will produce rays which are divergent. Number of rays will come. Let us consider one ray incident on the mirror. In this case, ray is incident here, and in this case, angle of incidence is 0. What happens according to laws of reflection? Incident ray, reflected ray, normal to the mirror, all lie in the same plane with angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is angle between incident ray and normal to the mirror. In this case, angle of incidence is 0, angle between the incident ray and normal. Normal is drawn here. This is normal. Therefore, angle between incident ray and normal is 0. Therefore, reflected ray angle of refraction also is 0. This ray will be simply turns back. So this is reflected ray. Another ray you can consider, then a number of rays you can consider. We are going to consider few rays. One ray which is coming from the object incident on the mirror. This comes out to be angle of incidence. It is normal here, normal drawn at this point where the light ray is incident. And ray after reflection at the same angle, according to laws of reflection, same angle ray will be reflecting here. This is reflected ray. And another ray you can consider this side, incident on the mirror at this angular position, and this is angle of incidence here, and ray after reflection goes here at the same angle as this. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Here angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, these two. But after reflection, these are the reflected rays. Where these reflected rays actually meet, that produces the image. But as these rays are divergent, they cannot meet at any point, but when extrapolated, they appear to be coming from a point. This is what we call it as image. Image corresponding to this object. And we observe that this angle is equal to this angle, therefore this angle is also theta I. These two are similar triangles, and we observe from here this length is same as this length. means image is going to be formed behind the mirror. It's a virtual image because image rays are divergent, therefore it is virtual image, which is also point image corresponding to point object. Image object distance from the mirror, image distance from the mirror, they are equal, means image is formed behind the mirror as the same as the object distance from the mirror. So at the same distance behind the mirror it will be formed. This is how we construct the image produced by plane mirror. Similarly, if an object is extended object, an object is in front of the mirror, how to construct the image of this object? Any extended object can be considered as made up of many point sources. There are many point sources corresponding to this point source. A ray coming here and image will be produced as we have seen there. This distance is equal to this distance. Image also will be formed from this distance is equal to this distance. B dash image is formed here, means corresponding to this point image is formed here such that this distance is equal to this distance. Similarly, corresponding to this object there is going to be image formed here, O dash, like that. All these images we write dotted lines to produce the virtual image. Generally representing the virtual image we use dotted lines. Image formed here, means corresponding to this extended object, extended image is going to be formed at the same distance behind the mirror. This is virtual image is formed. Similarly, if the object is some bent object somewhere, it is leaning towards this side. If the object is here, how the image is formed by the mirror? As we see in the mirror, image will be looking like this. This distance is equal to this distance. Corresponding to this B dash is formed here, image. And corresponding to this line, this distance is equal to this distance. Therefore, image will look like this. That is the image. Image represented by, or image as seen by the mirror, as seen from the mirror, appears to be like this. An extended objects will look like this. Point object will produce point image. Now, in case in vector representation of the reflected ray and incident ray, if a ray of light represented by xi plus yj plus zk in vector form, this represents the vector of the incident ray vector. Incident ray vector is represented by this way a, xi plus yj and zk, where ijk are the unit vectors in the xyz coordinate system. The corresponding reflected ray will be decided by the plane mirror. In which plane? Say, let us assume that plane mirror is parallel to xy plane. Plane mirror is in xy plane. So this is the mirror in xy plane. This is x-axis and y-axis inside. And ray is incident here. Normal to the mirror will be z-axis. Therefore, z-axis normal to the mirror. As the ray incident and reflects, it is the xy coordinates of the incident ray will not be changed by the reflection of mirror in the xy plane. Only z coordinate is reverse, light ray is reverse. Therefore, a reflected ray corresponding to this incident ray, incident on a mirror, plane mirror in xy plane, corresponding reflected ray we can write xi plus yj minus zk. That is how we represent. Simply z coordinate is changed.
ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ గా సాగుతున్న ఫిజిక్స్ ఈ క్లాసెస్ లో ఓ చిన్న బ్రేక్ తీసుకుందాం. బ్రేక్ తర్వాత ఆప్టిక్స్ లో మరిన్ని అంశాలను తెలుసుకుందాం. కీప్ వాచింగ్ KAB టెలివిజన్.